Welcome back to the Global Business Report here on Horizon News. Still on the Africa CEO Forum, there was a big announcement made during the first panel at the opening session in, of course, Kigali, Rwanda. The chair of Access Holdings PLC, Aigboje Aig-Imoukhuede, announced a super NGO with seed funding of $300 million, made up of $200 million from Access Bank and $100 million from the Aig-Imoukhuede Foundation. $1 billion is his next target. He later gave more details to Horizon News.
I think that the private sector and the public sector, CEOs, government, NGOs, have to work together much better. And indeed, we've been brainstorming around an issue that's in Access Bank and my foundation, the Aig-Imoukhuede Foundation. And we've determined to do something, and it's an invitation for us all to work together on this. And this is to create, call it a super NGO, that will fund government initiatives that have a game-changing impact on African economies. Okay? Access Bank has committed $200 million startup funding for it. My NGO, the Aig-Imoukhuede Foundation, $100 million. That's $300 million. We should push for $1 billion. MTN, I'm sure, will come in. But the whole idea is this. If in India, you have the India stack, and in 10 years, 1.3 billion Indians have digital IDs and have the capacity to do all kinds of things. We can do, and that costs $1 billion, by the way, okay?
Sure.
There is so much that can be achieved in Africa if we come together and work in that regard.
Well, I think we are trying to do more than raise $1 billion. The idea here is that when the private sector and the public sector come together in Africa, we're able to overcome a number of the constraints and the things that stop us from achieving the type of groundbreaking progress that you find in Asia and, if you like, North America and Europe. And the whole idea here is that we create this funding vehicle where public servants and governments across Africa, of course including Nigeria, okay, can approach us and say, for instance, you know, in India, you have the India stack, and the fundamental premise is a digital ID. And we want to roll out a digital ID project, for instance, for Nigeria or for Ghana, okay? Now, we know that the hard work is really putting together the foundation team, the team that will think through the concept, the team that will think through the legal issues, the team that will address the issues of financing, the issues of operations, and the issue of governance. And typically, when such public sector initiatives are thought through, surprisingly, this fundamental funding is very difficult to come by. And because it's difficult to come by, you then find a lot of frustration and people walk away. There's so many opportunities like that in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, that I know of, where the thing that is standing between a great idea, a great opportunity to move Nigeria forward is that initial funding, that initial ability to put together the professors, the academics, the consultants that will make it a bankable opportunity. And that's what this Super NGO is being set up for. And so, of course, the initial funding will be put together, contributed by Access Bank and the Aig-Imoukhuede Foundation. But as I signal to the world, we want more. It's not about us, but it's also for all of us.